Yeah, g'day everybody. I've been asked a question regarding N16 Pulsars. So this is the engine bay of an N16 Pulsar. Yes, it is dirty. This car's done 407,000 kilometres. So it's getting pretty old, long in the tooth. Okay, so let's go over this. Okay, so just here, as here, alternator. Underneath there, down underneath, right down there is the air conditioner. The air conditioner pump. Down in through here is power steering pump, power steering reservoir, brake reservoir, clutch reservoir, intake manifold. There's the top rocker cover. These are the igniters. There's 4 of them, each for 187. Okay, and that was asked on exhaust gas recirculation, EGR valve. Okay, mine's getting a bit shoddy, but here's the pipe here, right? So it comes off the exhaust manifold just down here, right? This plug here is for the oxygen sensor, which is just here. Okay, it runs up. This is top radiator hose here. There's the fuse box, battery of course right there. Okay, that is the exhaust gas recirculation valve. Okay, it runs there, and its job is to help unburn carbons. So they actually go back into the intake here. This little pipe here runs back in here, right? That's the valve which turns it on and off. Okay, it's run on. It's run on vacuum, just sucks out through there. Whether that thing works in my car is, anyway, we'll leave that to your discretion. Okay, I got a big aluminium box here. Underneath there is a pod filter. I've gotten rid of the standard intake. So there's the intake. Okay, here's your throttle position switch. This here is the MAF sensor. Okay, this is the clutch cylinder. You've got idle up solenoid just there, which helps idle up the engine, especially when you're air conditioning, etc. Intake rail just here. The fuel injection rail just here, along with the fuel injectors. There's one just there. Sorry, I got the sun in my face and I can't really see the screen. Here's one of the injectors here. There's 4 of them. Okay, so I'm hoping that helps anybody out. So if you're trying to figure out what's going on with your car, we go from there. Now, there are a couple of things that stop these from running. Now, down here, see if I can see it. Down here is the engine temperature sensor. Now, that sensor tells the engine computer whether the engine's hot or not. Now, if it's not connected, like mine had a broken wire, so I actually soldered those wires directly to the sensor. I brought another sensor, cut it off, fitted it, and there's a plug just here that joins it. So that fixed it. The car won't run because of that. The other thing there is your crank angle sensor is just here, which is connected to the camshaft. Got to make sure that's okay. Lack of fuel pressure is the other one. And your MAF sensor. Now the engine, if the MAF sensor is not connected, the mass airflow meter, right? If it's not connected, the engine won't rev over 2,000 RPM. It just goes beep, 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 beep. Right, so it must be connected. Other than that, that's about it. That's about all that stopped these things from running. Haven't had any problems with this one. Still runs perfectly. As I said, it's getting very old now. Why have I kept the car for so long? It's a 2001 Nissan Pulsar. I've kept it because it hasn't really played up much. I have replaced all but one of the of the spark plug igniters. This one here is the only one that has not been replaced. All the rest have. There's a couple of new ones and a couple of second-hand ones. That's it. Done a clutch. That's about it. Nothing else. All I've done. Test the car to keep it on the road. It's looking a bit shabby now. You know, it's really starting to show its age now. It was a cheap car. It was only $20,000 brand new. I knew the woman that brought the car brand new, and I brought it off her, so I'm the second owner. And yeah, it's looking pretty sad. Anyway, it is what it is. You know, at the end of the day, for me, it's just a junker. You know, it's my junk driver, everyday driver. My girl is sitting there. She hardly ever gets driven, that one. So that's what I spend my money on. I don't really spend it on this. It's just everyday driver. It does have spotties on the front. I used to drive it around out in the bush a bit, so it does have spotties on it. I had to make that myself, and it's just bolted to the front intrusion bar that runs inside there, because you could not mount anything to the bumper because it used to flex too much. So these are quite solidly mounted, but it's designed to crumple up. So I kept the design within the design specs of the car, which was the main thing. So it was just bolted to the framework that was already there, that's designed to crumple up. Only other thing with these things that are a bit of a problem are the headlights. You got to keep them clean. I use 2000 wet and dry and soapy water. Give them a buff over that. Then I use Auto Sol. It's a metal polish to keep the lights clean. That's all I use. These are the original headlights, by the way. You can see that this one's getting a bit on the ratty side, because this one's always in the sun. Yeah, it's starting to get pretty nasty. There's a little bit of body work required on the left front here. Used to have a sticker, a 3D sticker here. It was a skull with two pistons in it, some flames coming out. The flames came back about 18 inches back down the guard. When it came time to take them off, they were a bit of a pain. Anyway, so we're trying to repair that. So anyway, not really worried about it. Okay, it's got a white bonnet, so who cares? It's only a junk. All right. Hope that helps. Have a good day.